Welcome back to the Cowabunga Collection. So we did all the side-scrollers. Let's take a look at the fighting games. So we did Tournament Fighters for the Genesis a long time ago, and Joe wasn't there, so it could use a redo. So, and not to mention, that was back before the Cowabunga Collection was a thing. So let's do that. If anything, so we can check out the cover and the manual. So here it is. So this is unlike most people. I actually owned the Genesis version growing up instead of the Super Nintendo version. I got this one because Raph's on the cover.
Of course. Fighting a Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Which, to be fair, I think we have seen Shredder with a Triceratops.
And look at this, guys. This cartridge is 16 meg! I'm guessing they mean... it can't be megabytes because... Genesis games can only have 4 megabytes in size maximum, so I'm guessing they mean megabit rather than megabyte. Okay.
The punishment. Damn.
Okay, so let's take a look. So Konami. Okay. No Street Fighter has ever seen fighters or fighting like this. Trash the surfboard and heave the za. It's a whole new breed of turtles and they're fixated on fighting. We're dead serious. Tournament Fighters takes dude-on-dude demolition to new heights of intensity of 4 modes of pain-producing battles. Story, two-player tournament, and practice. Deadly Warriors, Secret Arenas, astounding graphics, and sound effects that will make you cringe. Oh noes. 11 brutal opponents, 11 awesome battlegrounds. Clash with...
Sirs, cringe is a bad thing, you do know, right?
Gee, Joe, it's like the people who wrote a lot of these 90s video game descriptions didn't know what the fuck they were talking about or something.
No. Like, to give 90s writers credit, they did know what they were talking about. They sounded weird, but they often knew not to say, stuff like, okay, when you say, oh, it's bad, you usually mean that in an ironic sense, like, it's bad, as in it's good. But saying something is cringe, I think even back in the 90s, cringe was not a good thing. So,
anyway,
again, no, this is the first time I've legit seen somebody try and use cringe as a good thing.
Also, the game's description on the back cover spoils that the boss characters are Triceratops, Krang's android, and Karai. For the record, the game treats Karai's appearance at the end as a surprise. So, thanks, cover, for spoiling the surprise.
Surprise in what way?
In the game's story, as you're about to see, they make it seem like Krang is the villain. But it's going to turn out that Karai is the one who's behind this.
I guess Shredder's on sabbatical.
Yeah.
Because this was the first of the fighting games. Was it in continuity with the side-scrollers?
I doubt it. I'm pretty confident this was made by a different team and they just picked whatever characters they liked and put it in a fighting game.
Well, story continuity, because otherwise, what's the reason for why Shredder ain't around for this?
I'm guessing the developers of this game preferred Karai.
This wording. Sometimes the bodily abuse is so fast and unfolds so...
Oh, and look at that, guys. This official seal is your assurance that this product meets the highest quality standards of SEGA. Buy games and accessories with this seal to be sure they are compatible with the SEGA Genesis system.
Gotta make sure.
Exactly. The official SEGA seal of quality would never go on something that's a piece of crap.
So anyway, it's weird. So Karai, that implies that this isn't of the 80s continuity, and yet, once again, we're probably going to see some aspects of the 80s continuity.
Remember, a lot of these old Konami games mixed elements of both the 80s cartoon and the Mirage comics, especially the first NES game. Konami's proud to welcome you to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the Sega Genesis. We hope you enjoyed the game, and we encourage you to read through this instruction booklet to get the most satisfaction from your new game. Get ready, it's the Turtles like you've never seen them before, in an out-of-this-world slugfest. Okay then. But yeah, like Joe was implying, what is the story of Tournament Fighters on the Genesis, you might argue? Master Splinter meditates peacefully in the woods in Central Park. The snap of a twig awakes him from his reverie, but he doesn't mind. He sees before him his students, 4 young mutant turtles training in the ways of the ninja. "My sons," he says, "welcome. What brings you out into the night?" The 4 lads say nothing. They smile, but something is amiss. Splinter feels it. "Wait, you are not my pupils. Who are you?" As he rises, the four turtles rush him. Even for a master of ninjutsu, the odds are too great. His scream of frustration breaks through the night air. Oh! And there goes, gentlemen.
Finally happened. The turtles went crazy and killed Splinter.
The turtles, in a fit of rage, kill Splinter.
Jesus.
Nah, he was just having a cardiac arrest.
See, even Raph is
Rush
pissed
him
off
out
about
to the
this.
hospital.
Jesus, Raph, what did the Splinter do to you?
Hold on, Dips. Click. The TV cartoon of two teenage boys deep frying a mouse. What? What kind of cartoon is that? How did I get allowed into the airwaves?
It might be like, an Animaniacs cartoon, in which case it's cutesy funny.
And Raphael is a big fan of the show. Not that I'm surprised. He yells out, "Hey, what gives? This stupid TV better not die out in the middle of the Ramas and Rumpad show." Michelangelo and Leonardo look at each other with wonder. Donatello points to the screen where an image is beginning to appear. Jova.
Dudes, check it out.
He says. "What the?" Raph mumbles. The TV screen flashes and a voice emerges from the speakers. "Well, my little turtle friends, I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me, didn't you?" Do it, Dej, please. Oh no, it's Krang.
Oh no, it's Krang.
Leo says, "By now you may know that your master is gone. I have taken him. If you wish to get him back, you must come to Dimension X and be prepared to fight. You will have to defeat some of my friends if you want your sensei returned." The TV picture of Krang is replaced with a shot of the four clone turtles. So there you go. This turns out that Krang made four clones of each individual turtle, and they were the ones who attacked Splinter. However, they didn't kill him. Instead, he's chained to a wall. The image only lasts a second, then the TV returns to the normal program.
Of course he's chained to a wall. It works as a trap.
"I don't believe this guy," Raph yells. "What a jerk!" Jova.
I'm gonna pound his butt into the next galaxy.
Donnie adds, waving his bow staff through the air. Leo stands and tries to calm the others. Dej.
Hey, cool out. We can take care of Krang. We've done it before, but I think we better get some backup just in case.
"Leo's right, man," Mikey adds. "We need to get Casey and Ray Filet over here." Jova.
And me.
A voice calls from the doorway. The boys turn and see April O'Neil.
I got here a minute ago. Long enough to hear Krang's message. You're not going without me.
Continue, Jova.
Rachel, this could get hairy.
Rachel? Well, this could get hairy.
I can handle myself. Don't worry.
She insists.
You might want to get Sisyphus in this too. He has experience in dimensions.
Oh yes,
before.
sure. That's character Sisyphus that we all are familiar with. For the record, everybody, as far as we're aware.
Yes.
For the record, everybody, as far as we're aware, Sisyphus is an original character, but he's apparently had experience with Dimension X before.
All right, so we got Rachel, Rich, Ricky,
Anyway,
Leon, and Daniel.
Anyway, I love how April's like, "Oh, I'm going with you guys, but April's a bit dangerous. I can take care of myself. Can you?"
Well,
Are you sure about that?
I'm guessing she's a playable character in this game.
Yeah, and this is where you can tell the developers definitely took some creative liberty because I don't think even Mirage was April a thing. Yeah, it was. I don't think. Remember, April in the Mirage comics was a scientist, so even in the Mirage comics, she was never a physical fighter.
Edge.
No, it's what I said.
You gotta ask Marcos because he's the one that's read Mirage.
Anyway, here's the planet, guys. We have the Bio Planet, the Mirage Planet, the Futuristic City Planet. So a planet made of many layers, so that Clone Leonardo is in Bio Planet. Michelangelo is in Mirage Planet. Clone Donnie is in Futuristic City Planet. Raph is in Magma Ocean Planet. On the spaceship, an alien ship drifts in Dimension X. It's the territory of April's clone. Yeah, turns out Krang also made clones of April, Casey, Ray, and Sisyphus. The game itself will never acknowledge this. The game itself will never acknowledge this story-wise. The clones are just there. I mean, I'm guessing we're supposed to assume that, again, Krang also made clones of these guys. But how convenient that before this all started, Krang made clones of all the individual people that the Turtles were going to ask for help. Quite convenient, I must say. Yeah, the Ocean Planet is where Clone Ray Filet fits right in, because, Ocean Planet. Jungle Planet is a jungle, alright, and the clone Sisyphus loves it. Then we have the Ancient Planet with the Triceraton, and then of course we have the Technodrome, where, surprise, Krang is in the Technodrome. And that's basically it. But see, as you might notice that Karai's Dojo doesn't show up in this list because again, you can. And look at that, guys! We have more fun from Konami.
Okay, so
Yay.
I found out something about Mirage April, which you may want to sit down before hearing, but I take it you want to read these first.
Alright. The arcade smash hit makes its way to the Sega Genesis and Sega CD, complete with the Justifier, a pistol packed with action. For those who don't know, it was the Zapper of the Genesis. As a law enforcement agent, you'll have to clean up. And guess what? Rocket Knight Adventures! A much better game with law enforcers, thank you. Join Sparkster, the Rocket Knight, on a wild adventure to save Princess Sherry from the hideous Emperor Devilly Gus Devotine. I always have trouble pronouncing that stupid name. And his army of pig soldiers. Jetpack for the land of the Zebulus and recover the key to the seal. Confused? You won't be after you pick up this game and check out the coolest opossum? Shouldn't it be possum? Opossum? I think that's a typo.
Whatever.
Opossum.
Anyway.
Go ahead, Jova, go ahead.
Alright, so regarding April O'Neil in the Mirage comics, she starts off as a skilled computer programmer and starts off as an assistant of Baxter Stockman. Okay, I'll just skip over some stuff here and there. So let's
Hold on,
get to
Jova,
how
if you'll allow me, put that on pause for a moment, because I love reading these bits from these manuals. Handling your cartridge. The Sega Genesis cartridge is intended for use only with the Sega Genesis system. Also, do not bend it, crush it, or submerge it in liquids. So just to make sure that when you're handling your Sega Genesis cartridge, make sure you don't smash it with a hammer. Okay?
Why would I smash it? Okay.
Do not leave it in direct sunlight or near a radiator or others. Okay, I can understand telling you kids not to leave it in direct sunlight, but a radiator? Like,
I mean, because it'll heat
it
it
could
up.
melt it.
no, I get that, but what kid? I don't think even the stupidest of kids would leave a cartridge on near a radiator. Like,
I mean, you
Look,
never know
Pedro,
where radiators
Pedro,
can be.
You're friends with Jova. I feel like all the stories he tells you about Americans.
actually, he doesn't tell me any stories about Americans, actually. But be sure to take an occasional recess during extended play, of course. Also, Konami owns it. Oh, go on, Jova, continue.
Okay, so let's just skip over this to what Wikia points as the injection crisis. Because you're going to love to hear this. So basically, in Volume 2 of the series, April was attacked and injected by Baxter Stockman. We don't find out what that injection did until we get to TMNT Volume 4, where April and Casey wondered why they couldn't have children and discovered deadly nanobots within her system fronting her life.
Resident Evil plot is this.
Hold on, Jova, I have to comment on this. Okay, so in Japan, the game is also called Tournament Fighters, and this is the okay. What the fuck? Where did what are the turtles from the third movie doing here? Seriously, they look just like how they look in the third movie, the third live action movie. I mean,
it was because it was the latest movie out.
Okay, I get that, but what exactly? Person in Konami Japan thought, yeah, this looks like a good cover. Like,
also, April? What cosplay you going for there?
I have no fucking clue. Go on, Jova, continue.
But anyway, though, so basically, yeah, she had been injected with deadly nanobots that were preventing her from having children and threatened her life, essentially. With the help of the Ultrons, the Turtles made a TMNT-style nanobots that saved her life before the nanobots could reach her brainstem. However, she still could not have children, and after a few studies were conducted, it turned out April was not the biological daughter of her parents. No.
Yeah,
see,
she's a drawing. You remember
yeah,
that
she was a
episode
drawing
of
brought to life.
Wait, Pedro, remember that episode of TMNT, the Jack Kirby one, where he kept making drawings that came to life?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that.
He would apparently later be able to have an actual daughter named Shadow Jones, but where does this all fit into stuff?
Oh no, that's not her biological daughter. That's her. Casey married somebody else and had a kid, and the wife died giving birth.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, and look
adopted daughter in that regard.
And this one actually.
Right.
And this one actually came out way later in Japan compared to the US, unlike most of the other Konami games. Huh.
Oh yeah. Anyway, though, so where does this all tie into to April being able to fight? Well, basically, finding out she wasn't her parents' biological daughter put a lot of emotional strain on her, and so she became a female version of Nobody. Nobody essentially being a costume adventurer, often a police-turned superhero. So, yeah, long story short, because of angst and realizing that she was actually a drawing brought back to life, technically April from the Mirage comics can fight.
Does she also wear
that's
the...
where IDW got the Nobody thing from? Okay.
I guess. So does she...
Is she Nobody in that comic, too?
So when she started...
No, it's Angel. In case you're wondering, Angel from the 2003 show, Pedro.
Mm-hmm. So does that mean that she also wears the same outfit that she does in this game? In the Mirage comics?
Okay. Let me show the outfit that she wears. Let me bring it over. There you go.
Alright, let me see. Nope, that's definitely not how April looks in this game. So I get the feeling the developers just thought, hey, let's have April also be in the game as a fighter, why not? And that's all, and that's as far as they thought about it. I'm gonna take a wild guess, and that's what happened.
So how is she dressed in the game, actually?
She has a typical... Well, you'll be able to see this for yourself in a moment. Here's my key. So basically, you can check the Eclipse... get it? Eclipse strategy guide. With all the moves, of course, including the Ultra Desperation attack that every card... And they also have to do when life bar is flashing, as in when you're low on health, basically.
I'm guessing that this fighting game isn't exactly going to put... April's moveset and Nick All-Stars battle to shame.
I doubt it. See, the thing about Tournament Fighters is that the one that people actually know about is the NES version. The Genesis, and especially the NES versions, usually are forgotten about, which is a shame because I do believe that the Genesis version does have some cool things, unique stuff to it that makes it worth checking out. So, which is why I'm glad that it was included in this collection as well.
You can play online with Robot.
Mm-hmm. The one that is Casey Jones, the character that I usually play as in this game, because he has you can actually use his bomb move to basically trick the AI, as I'm going to demonstrate later. So there you go. That's how she dresses in this game, Jova.
She looks like Blaze from Streets of Rage.
I get the feeling she's supposed to be Asuka from the SNES version, but somewhere along the line, someone got confused.
Which is weird, because based off of the Japanese cover, you'd think she was dressing like Katana from Mortal Kombat 1, the original Mortal Kombat 1.
And here you go, Krang and Karai, because remember, Digital Crest put in change the ROM.
Hold on. That looks a lot like Karai's outfit from Shredder's Revenge. Yeah.
Well, she often has that outfit in various versions, I think, if I remember correctly.
No, like, Karai has... Well, okay, granted, if I recall correctly, yeah, that is probably similar to her outfit from 2003. Let me just check.
Maybe how was her outfit in the Mirage Comics, Dej? Because I'm assuming it's probably based on that.
It actually does look a lot like that. Let me post it here.
Yeah, she debuted right before this game came out.
Okay. In that regard, I can see why they probably based off her 80s
and there you go.
off of that.
The clone turtles are actually purple. And guess what? You know what's the interesting thing about... I'm not going to read this because it's the same story we already read in the manual. You know what's the interesting thing, guys? The clone turtles don't say Kawabunga. They say Kawabanga.
To show that they're evil. Although, to be fair, the purple thing was more of a filtration thing, I assume, seeing them on the TV. They actually do have the different color ones.
They have the same colored bandanas, but they're all purple. Basically, they just took all the 4 turtles and they color changed them to purple. That's literally it. So yeah, hold on. We're on our way to the... And yeah, it's a good thing that apparently Donnie has an interdimensional plane that can just immediately transport into Dimension X, apparently. Okay, let's go. Okay, select the... You can pick Triceraton, Krang, or Karai. So thanks, Little Clips. Because I've always wanted to play those characters back in the days. It's a good thing. Which basically makes this the objectively definitive version of the game, basically.
So do you get like different story campaigns for each character? Or...
The story campaign is always the same, regardless of which character you play as.
It must be awkward if you play as Karai, Krang, or one of the other bad guys. Because that's just them undoing their plan, isn't it?
It doesn't matter, Jova. Like, the gameplay and the story are completely separate. Like, whoever you play as, or how much you lose, how much you win, doesn't affect the story in any way, shape, or form. Your question, Dej?
Is it possible you can play this with an 8-bit Genesis controller?
I'm assuming so.
Just so you can get that authentic feeling.
I mean, this game is on Steam, so you can just play it there, and you can use whatever controller your PC has. So, okay, so yeah, I'm fighting Clone Leo, as it says there. One of the cool things that I really like, well, the interesting thing about the clone turtles, is that whenever they make a move, they always have the exact same voice cuts that the normal turtles do, except for when they win, where they go Cowabunga. You'll be able to see that later. A cool thing, one of the cool things, basically I was just trying to showcase the overall, some of the stuff that's going on here. Yeah, basically I'm trying to do my move. Like, this is the move with Raph that I always like to do as a kid, but there you go. That's actually a really cool move. Again, okay, it's just to showcase what I'm talking about. This game is, unlike the SNES version, this one is more trying to be more akin to Street Fighter, with its quick action and stuff like that. That being said, yeah, they got creative with the backgrounds. I get that this is meant to be Dimension X, but look at that. It looks like something that came out of one of those weird, fucked up sci-fi novels. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Things
so
coming apart.
And guess what, Jova? This is a Konami game from the 90s. You know what that means?
A Konami code.
That too, yes. However, in order to get the real ending, you have to complete it in the hardest difficulty.
I thought you were going to say you have to complete it twice.
No. You actually do get both a bad ending and... okay, here it is. If you finish the game... There you go. Kawabanga. Good job, Raph. If you finish the game on there's a difficulty level of 1 all the way to 8. If you complete, I think it's in the first 3 levels, you just get a congratulations, now try harder difficulty, dipshit. You don't even get any kind of ending whatsoever, it's just a little message. If you complete from levels 4, 5, 6, and 7, you get the bad ending, and then you've completed the maximum difficulty level of 8, that's when you get the real ending. So, Jungle Planet. Clone. Should I even verbally pronounce that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine, I will. Raphael versus Clone Sissy. I just.
No. I've got a slightly less problematic pronunciation.
Go ahead.
Clone Sissy.
That's the thing, though. His name is Sisyphus. So that wouldn't really work.
Clone, then.
Also, he says punk when he wins. Alright, so the character that I usually play as is KZ. So let's play as KZ. So, like the manual said, you can actually switch out how fast and how powerful your characters are. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, why don't you just put both sets at 8 then? Well, that's because it doesn't work quite like that. The more power you have, the less speed you have, and vice versa. So it's about trying to find a good balance that fits you. Like, do you prefer to prioritize power over speed, or do you prefer to prioritize speed over power? Normally, the default is for speed for power, which is, of course, the overall, jack of all trades approach that I always recommend newcomers of this game to try out, because messing around with those settings is clearly meant for the more hardcore players who want to try out different things or challenge themselves. So, okay, so here's the thing about Casey. Casey has this move where he drops this bomb, and most of the time when you drop a bomb, the characters will the AI will just start trying to go back away to try to avoid the bomb, which means if you manage to corner an opponent, you're basically won, because the AI doesn't know what to do. So even as a kid, I was able to find out this trick where I just found out that the AI is really stupid when trying to avoid the bomb. So if you corner the enemy with KZ, you're fine. This is something that I discovered as a kid playing on my actual Genesis. And now Clone Raph. So Dej, are you at all familiar with these wonderful locations of Dimension X?
Nope.
It's like the developers just came up with all this shit on their own or something.
Basically.
Yep. And we defeated Clone
This
Raph.
was the last 80s themed TMNT game.
Was this the last one of the Tournament Fighters games to come out?
Well, the Tournament Fighters was the last one in the classic.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. I think it came out in 1994, if I remember. We saw the release date earlier, but I already forgot. And there you go, KZ versus Clone April.
All right then.
Also, I gotta love April's voice clips. I'm assuming it's probably one of the developers are the ones doing the voices, most likely. Also, wait.
Caraboga sounds a bit awkward.
Yeah. Also, April's sound that she makes when she dies. Oh. It sounds. No. Regular April says the same thing. I can assure you, it's recycled.
Filter got it.
April sounds more disappointed that she just got defeated rather than angry or whatever.
I mean, none of his voice acting is particularly stellar.
No, you can tell it's the developers themselves. Especially the turtles in this game still say the same shell shock voice clip from the original arcade game, so even that clip is reused for this game.
I will say this: while it is neat to have a TMNT fighting game, and I know comparing this to a newer one from years later ain't fair, I think when it feels like the moves are a little homogenized despite the different weapons and whatnot. Like, sure, yeah, you got some different weapons, but from what I'm looking, it seems like it's more or less, the basics. Kick, punch, it's all in your mind and all that.
It's a fighting game that came out after Street Fighter 2 blew the world up.
Yeah.
You have to look at it from that perspective in the time when King of KOF, Fatal Fury. This was before Tekken.
Right. Okay, so in that case, even comparing it to Street Fighter 2, I feel like the movesets are homogenized, or at least they look that way. Like, I know they technically have different weapons, but it looks like they're more or less doing a similar set of moves here or there.
No, if you check
they have weapons in their hands.
If you check the list of moves, they actually do have different moves. There you go. See, Mikey's saying that he throws tornadoes, for example. If you actually check the list of moves, you can see that they all have various unique stuff to them.
Oh my god, Jova. Street Fighter 5 ripped this off of Rashid.
Really?
Rashid can shoot tornadoes.
I feel like we had other Street Fighter characters who could do that before him, too.
Also, what kind of drugs were they on when they came up with this planet? Jesus Christ, look at this. And yeah, as you might have already noticed, when Casey drops the bomb, the AI basically goes brain dead. So this was, again, when I first started playing this game, I was trying out as Raph, but I was having trouble because the game can get challenging. But then I found out this trick where when you use the bomb as Casey, the AI decides for whatever reason to go brain dead most of the time. See?
Yeah, why is he going? He's trying to do the moonwalk.
Yeah. That's the thing. The bomb, Casey's bomb move, for whatever reason, makes the opponents go brain dead. Okay.
So, I guess the important question to ask is this an actual good fighting game? Like, I know the visuals look nice and all, but, you know, in terms of how it actually plays...
Hold on. If you want to rescue your little rat buddy, you gotta go through me first. Come on, punk. Hang on, Master Splinter. We're almost there.
Why don't we just fly around the planet that this...
I was about to say that too. I have no idea why we have to fight Triceratops before Krang, but we do. To answer your question, Jova...
Work on your back posture, man. Slouching over like that can't be good for you.
To answer your question, Jova, from my limited understanding, yes, it is, I enjoy it for what it is. Then again, someone like Deji will be in a much better position to tell you if this is a good fighting game by general fighting game standards.
I need to play it.
Sure. But
from what I see, it looks like a really competent well-made fighting game, as much for its time.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that there is...
Show your face, Krang! It's time for you to die, turtle freaks!
Oh, we're all ready to Krang.
Thank God, Master Splinter Ramos. By the way, I love... okay, gotta give whoever they got to play Krang does a good job, actually. You are dead! And that laugh is really fun, actually. So I will give them credit. Like, the guy they got to play Krang does a good job.
Boy, Casey's bomb move is really...
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? I found this out as a kid, and that's how I've been playing the game ever since.
Locks the enemy in place and pretty much makes it so that they don't have a chance.
Go ahead, Jova.
Most impressive, little turtles. But you'll have to find me to save your precious Master Splinter.
You mean you're behind this, not Krang for some reason? That sinks it. You're toast, Karai. And Karai apparently also...
How do you know my name?
Not just that. Since when does Karai live in her own planet?
And I guess her planet just happens to be fashioned after Japan.
I have to ask. Well, that makes sense because remember Karai, right? She's Shredder's daughter.
No, I get that, but she made the whole planet based off of Japan.
I guess.
Maybe she was on Earth the whole time.
Okay, so Karai is broken as fuck. I'm not kidding you. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times as a kid I got up to Karai only to die again and again and again and again. Because
you see, boys, girls can fight.
Pedro,
you see, boys, girls. You see, boys, girls can fight just as much as you.
Yes,
just remember.
Get hit less.
Get hit.
Yes, get hit. It's get hit less. You want a tip for how to not get hit? Well, get hit less. But yeah, that's the thing.
Does she like Shao Kahn or?
Yes, Dej. Her moves deal a lot of damage, and she's supremely fast. I'm not kidding you. She's incredibly fast, and she has incredibly tough moves that you very rarely can see coming. Because, however, she still suffers from the AI brain dead thing if you use the bomb. However, she's much faster, which means she will definitely be harder to tip out. You can still rely on the bomb, as you can see there. See, but she's definitely she has a less serious case of the brain dead disease. See.
Unfortunately for her and her cat that's just lying about, you have the power of time travel.
I do.
Also, yeah, that's a neat detail. She has her cat just resting there. How that thing sleeps through all the battle and explosions is beyond me, but I digress.
Alright. Fuck. Alright, let's... Fuck me. Yeah, Karai is definitely a huge, and this isn't even a difficulty spec. This is a difficulty stalagmite because all of the other characters, if you're using this particular exploit, they're, as you can see, very easy to take down. Karai, on the other hand, that's a different story. There you go. Also, you guys just reused April's, whatever. Moving on. All right, so let's see the bad ending. Go on, Jova.
You've only succeeded in destroying my clone.
Wait, Krang clone Karai too?
I'm still waiting for your challenge.
So what you're telling me is that this game is the TMNT equivalent of the Clone Saga, where Krang decided to go full Jackal and clone everybody.
So what's the good? How do you activate the good ending?
You have to again, Dej. It's a Konami game from the 90s. You have to beat the game in the hardest difficulty, which we will do in the next part. And yeah,
So what changes with that difficulty? How good the AI is?
you defeat Karai properly, and you save Master Splinter. It's that simple.
No. I get that, but I mean the lead up, because otherwise I thought you would have just like put the good ending at the end if like not much else changes.
No, well, I wanted to showcase as much of the moves as I could, so I decided to do another playthrough. It's only going to be 20 minutes next time, so it's not like
That's fair.
So it's not like it takes too long. The point is, yeah, the tournament fighters. Like I
So
said,
Karai was the mastermind behind everything.
yeah, that's the thing.
Daddy must be so proud.
That's the thing, though. So Krang and Karai are working together. I mean, okay.
Not that it seems like Karai is actually the one in charge of everything.
Yeah,
too.
which is weird. Since when does Krang take orders from Karai? And also, I have to ask. What the fuck did Krang suddenly woke up one day and thought, you know what? I'm gonna clone everybody. I mean, it worked in the Clone Saga, didn't it?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Oh Lord.
Alright, everybody. Tune in next time for where we finish off TMNT the Clone Saga. See you then.
Alright.
And hopefully I'll give you a full review of TMNT versus Street Fighter.
See ya.
Goody.